Hello folks, welcome on back to the AnKorage where everything is awesome, and this is TUXQuest. Hey, welcome on back to the AnKorage, and this is an out-of-sequence edition of TUXQuest. I would normally be doing Odin Quest on a Wednesday. However, today you get this. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be upgrading Linux Mint Debian Edition 5 to Edition 6. What most people do, now what I've seen actually, is when they do these upgrades, they do fresh install upgrades. Like they're upgrading to a completely different machine. They've wiped their drive and now they're going to go out and they're going to put a new OS on. And you don't necessarily have to do that. You can actually upgrade from one OS to the next in Linux Mint using their instructions. Or when it's released, you can just do an upgrade using the automatic GUI updater when that happens to come out. Well, today is October 2nd, and it's not out yet. So, and it's only been a few days since LMDE 6 was released. So, I wouldn't expect a GUI updater for up to a month. So, anyhow. So, we are actually going to be switching over to that machine, and we're going to be using my my testing instance, which is on a virtual machine, on this machine, this Windows box. And I've said it before, there's just something satisfying about using Linux on a Windows machine. I'm just a chaotic, innocent little hamster. So there we go. All right, so let's cut on over, and we are now inside of my virtual machine, and here we are. La 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 la. So, how do we know that this is Linux Mint Debian Edition 5? Well, if we go up here, we go plugin info, go system info. We get that little box up here, and right over here it says LMDE 5 LC. There you go. What is another way we can tell? Well, yeah, for the uninitiated or the folks that don't like to go too deep into theming and stuff like that, we can just go into the file manager or the file control area, however you want to call it. I call it a file manager. But, we can see here, we got the manila folders, and, the color scheme for Linux Mint is green, last I knew. And these are manila, therefore, I don't like it. And they put these little hash marks with the theme color of green. And it's like, it's a nice try, but I don't like it. So that's garbage. The folders should be green to go along with the Linux Mint theme. It should be full on out. So we've got that. So if we were to come out to Firefox or the web browser of your choice, and we go to the blog and we go to the announcement, we can get to the instructions. So we come down. Release notes, and this is upgrade instructions for LMDE 5 users are available at blah. So I'm going to click on that, and we are now at the post regarding how to upgrade to LMDE 6. So we come to here, and it says do an apt update and then do an apt install Mint upgrade. This is actually installing the upgrade tool. Now, as of today, October 2nd, there should be, I would say like when they actually do a release and such, that the ability to upgrade of your choice, the method of your choice, should be released at the very same time. Meaning, if we were to go to the update manager, that you go to edit, and that you would see the fourth option here saying, go ahead and update to the next version. Should it be available? And it should be available, but it's not. So we can't use that. So instead, we have to do it the manual way. Now, to the uninitiated, it's like if you feel daring and you want to go ahead and do it, go ahead. If not, wait for the GUI version of the updater to come out. So I am of the initiated, so I am going to do this method. So what we want to do is it wants to refresh your cache and install the upgrade tool by typing the following commands in a terminal. So to refresh your cache, basically, we can do that from the update manager. We can just click on refresh, and it's going to refresh everything. So see that, and any new updates will come out. I had 2 on there before. We're just going to go ahead and leave that. Firefox and libvpx, it's a video codec. We're just going to leave that alone. So I'm going to do app update. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to come down to the terminal, and I'm going to paste it in here. And we trust you've received the usual lecture. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's fine. And I put in my super secret password, which is definitely not 123. There we go. And I'm going to come back out here. I'm going to go apt install mint upgrade. So I'm going to copy that. I'm back out here, and I'm going to paste that, and I am going to do this. So this is all of the gobbledygook that comes out. Says, hey, we got this, blah, 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 so on and so forth. The following new packages will be installed. Mint upgrade, there it is. Never mind what this stuff says. If you happen to know, great. If not, you don't have to worry about it. What matters is that you see that right there. So we'll just go ahead and we'll get that in. I'm a fan of Nala, but just for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to use apt. So there it is. So there's that. So there, from what we do is that once that's done, we then type the following command to launch the upgrade tool. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste that. There we go. And all right, so we're in the updater. I'm going to minimize that and then minimize that. So that's all we see right here. It says upgrade to LMDE 6 FAE. Click on let's go. All right, so phase 1, preparation. A series of tests will now be performed to prepare the computer for the upgrade. Click OK. The apt cache is going on. It's checking it over. All right. It has finished checking the cache and such. And so we get this little, exclamation of sorts. System snapshots, because they really want to push these snapshots. I really don't like them. Dare I say they're horrible? I mean, it's all up to the individual and their level of knowledge of of how to use them and how to understand them and stuff like that. I despise them because nothing is better in my eyes than taking an image of an entire drive. That is the ultimate backup right there. So, of course, it's, oh, you want to fix it? No. All right. All right. So, Linux Mint is not allowing me to skip snapshots. I disagree with it, but in either sense. So, I'm going to go through this gobbledygook and get past it. Okay, so I've gotten the mandatory snapshot done. I'm going to do the update, and then I'm going to delete this snapshot because I do drive images, so I don't give a frack. So there we go. So I'm going to close that. It's checking the repositories again, foreign packages, blah, blah, blah. We'll wait for that. Okay. So, simulation and download. A few more tests will be run and the package updates will be downloaded. So, we'll click OK. Checking the apt cache. Okay, so the upgrade simulation. Upgrading will perform the following changes. Download size 1.6 gigs. Additional space needed 1.9 gigs. Packages updated 1657. They add 329. None are kept, deleted, or 9. Okay, the added packages are this list right here. And then the removed packages are down here. And then go through the list above and make sure you are happy with the removals before going further with the upgraded. Okay, so to the uninitiated, they're not going to really know exactly what's going on with this. But, you know, some folks might have an idea. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click OK and get package download, and it's stalled. Well, that's just because the system's busy downloading the packages. It'll catch up and it'll either go right to the next page, or this little timer clocky swirly thingy will pick back up. So we'll just wait on that. Okay, so phase 3. Upgrade. The packages will now be upgraded. So let's kick that off. And again, the swirly time clock doodad thingy is frozen. So it may take a little bit, but we're going to let that go and we'll see when that's done. Okay, so that was about 5 or 6 minutes-ish. I took a little break. I watched a little bit of Tubies. Watching a guy, Jimmy's World. He's a pilot. He does some cool stuff. But anyhow, the following packages need to be downgraded back to the official versions. Caribou, girl 1, caribou, blah, 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 whatever. Alright, otherwise these packages can create conflicts. Alright, go ahead and fix. And while that's going on, you know, I just happened to look down here in the lower left corner on the taskbar. It looks like our desktop has been upgraded already and set active. And right over here, click to show the desktop, or middle click to show the desklets. It's blue. It'd be better if that was green, but whatever. Okay, going over, there's Firefox, there's a terminal. Here's the files. And if you note, it's not in the color of a folder or anything like that. It's, actually files. Little file cabinets. That's cool. So if I open that, we've got the updated theming going on. And we've got blue folders. Oh, looking at this, I don't like that. That's not the Linux Mint green. I'll have to check on that. Close that out. Orphan packages are being removed right now, so we'll come back when that's done. Alright, so we now have this screen. The upgrade was successful. Reboot the computer for all the changes to take effect. We'll do that in a moment. So, I'm going to close the upgrade tool. And just going to poke around a little bit. We still have that. That's everything. And of course, we've got the blue. Bleh. Should be green, but anyhow. It wants to reboot. So why don't we go ahead and, we got new artwork here. That's kind of nice. There's the power switch. Do that, and we are going to do a restart. All right, so that's restarting. And when we come in, it says LMDE 6 Fay. Okay, so that's going on, and it is booting. There we go. Never mind those errors. This is a virtual machine. All right, so we are now in LMDE 6. So there we go. And right off the bat, the notification up here where I'm holding it as displayed is it's not in what I've seen as it's supposed to be the theme coloring, stuff like that. And I do notice there's a little green stripe up here, but I don't see this entire thing in the new accent color, which would be based on the theming, stuff like that. However, based on the theme, this might actually be what it is. You get that charcoaly kind of color, and then you get the green up here. So we'll take a look at that real quick. So, and we can see down here that this is LMDE 6 Cinnamon 64-bit right down here. There we go. Thank you very much. All right, so first steps. We'll go to that, and we're going to go to desktop colors. So we'll launch that, and we'll see what we've got going on. All right, so with the themes, we've got the Mint Wide Dark. It's blue. It shouldn't be. Now you can see the tooltip there. That's actually the green, so that's good. And but I don't like the blue. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to move that to just straight up. Ooh. Well, let's see. Got Mint X, Mint L. I don't see a Mint Wide Dark. Not that that really matters too much. So we got Mint Wide Dark up there, Mint Y there, Mint Wide Dark for the desktop, which is, you know, the taskbar. And there we go. All right, so we're going to close that out. And so there we go. So, and we can see that's the green, not the blue. Thank you very much. All right, so we're going to close that out. And we can see that the folder down here got switched to the Mint Y folder, the green, as it should be. Thank you very much. And when we open that, the folders have been switched over to the green. So that works fantastic. I appreciate that I can do that. And there we go. All right. Dancing around a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to throw the welcome screen back up. Go back to first in snapshots. I'll launch the snapshots. And I don't want that for this machine. So I'm just going to get rid of this. So it's in the process of deleting. Okay, so that's done. And I'm going to close that. And I'm going to go close this, and I'm going to come down to the update manager. I see I've got a 1 down here for notifications. That's just the connection established as such, so I'm not going to worry about that. Clear those out. Go to the update manager. I'm going to do a refresh. See if anything is new that we should worry about. I'm hoping it comes up empty, but all right, good. Your system is up to date, so there we go. All right. And just to double check, we'll go to info. And here we go, LMDE 6FE. So this was a successful update. So now my testing environment is now completely moved over into LMDE 6. And that's going to be it for that thing there. So we come on back, and here I am, and there we are. So that was upgrading from LMDE 5, Linux Mint Debian Edition 5 to Linux Mint Debian Edition 6. And, you know, how long did it take? Let's see. Well, I happened to take a couple of breaks during things, added a few minutes of breaking, you know, stuff like that. So let's see. It looked like we started the whole process at 6:48, and it is now 7:35. So even with my breaks, less than an hour. Take out my breaks. We can probably reduce that down to 35 minutes. So there we go. That was my own particular experience, and it could be similar for you, might not be, depending on your hardware. And there we go. This was a virtual machine using, the machine is an Intel i7, 1100 something. I don't want to say K, but it might be. Let me take a look here. Okay. All right, so the hardware that this is on an Intel i7 10700F. The graphics card is NVIDIA RTX 3070. There you go. And it's also got 32 megs of RAM. So there you go. So depending on your hardware, it may go faster, it may go slower. I can't say. I'm just sharing what my experience was on this machine and the fact that it's a virtual machine. So I can go ahead and I can do my updates from LMDE 5 to 6 on Solaria. Will I wait for the GUI updater? Haven't decided yet. I might, although I am in the know of doing the updates out on the terminal and everything. So I'm going to be popping back to that real quick. And, we have, pretty much like one last piece go. So I'm going to go back to here, which it automatically came back up, which is kind of good. I don't particularly go for that kind of a functionality, but some people might. So when the tool is done and the upgrade is successful, uninstall it and reboot your computer. Now, this should have been done before I rebooted. Now, now this is where there's a conflict. Here in the instructions, it says remove the Mint upgrade before you reboot. But in the updater, it tells you to reboot. It doesn't say to uninstall it. So that is not cool. Doesn't hurt anything, but I would just, whoever's approving what's being published on the blog, make sure the details match up, or the instructions match up from the application to the instructions. So, yeah. So I'm gonna, I don't want that. I'm gonna cancel out of that. I'm gonna clear it. Let's get this back up here. What do you know? History. I'll just get it from there. That's the one I want. Yep, you want to remove it? Yep. There we go. And there it is. It's removed, so now I can reboot it. So I'll take care of that. But, I'm just going to shut it down. So there we go. And there we are. So, all right. So that's upgrading LMDE 5 to 6 using the command line upgrade of sorts without having to just, wiping your drive and building from scratch. You can just upgrade. You can just upgrade from, inside your OS without having to wipe it out and building a whole new copy. You can just do it from it. And there you go. And then, then what you want to do is go through and make sure your applications are working all right, upgrade anything that needs to be, fix anything that needs to be. Sometimes that involves uninstalling and reinstalling. But for folks in the know, in regards to configuration files and stuff like that, they can go with that. That's them. So, me, I can. I don't prefer to, but if I absolutely have to and I know I've got proper instructions, then I'll dive into it. But that's just me. But anyways, so there we go. So thank you very much, and I hope you got something out of it. I got an updated virtual machine, so of course I'm happy. So I'll be happier when I've got LMDE 6 up on Solaria, and we'll be moving great forward on that. So there you go. So join me in the next video, and we'll see you soon. It'll be on Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. So we'll catch you then. Thank you very much. Skál.